sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, some sound like a big jump on. Listen to sound, it's a champion. Rock the dance in any session. Rock up the woman and rock up the man. Ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. Another sound is dying. Whoa, hey.
The health code basically has been written to prohibit the sale of all kinds of things. You know, you can't sell fresh juices any longer. I mean, they've gotten so involved in this ridiculous stuff that now the real question should be posed. And I was on KFI radio the other day, and basically the question to be posed is, who is behind it ultimately, and what is the purpose? And these are the kind of questions that need to be posed, because it's not what one club was being rated compared to another one. We have what's called a digital laser-guided temperature gun here that actually looks like somewhat like a gun. My question, which I have not posed to anybody, is let's just say somebody had walked out one of our small walk-ins with that, you know, faced at one of these guys with a gun drawn. Maybe, just maybe, the other person would have pulled the trigger. These foods that have now been made illegal, raw goat milk, raw anything. I mean, especially raw products. I mean, you can't go to the Whole Foods and the
You could call it a case of milking authority way too far. Citizens in the Southern California town of Venice are outraged following a police raid on a raw food store, all over a few bottles of milk. Could this be a sign that police are squeezing too tightly? Well, joining me now with more from our Los Angeles studio is George Heminger. He's the founder of Survive and Thrive TV. So, George, what the heck is going on over there? Do police have nothing better to do in LA than raid organic food stores?
Well, the Los Angeles Times broke this story, and what's shocking about this story is that police officers are going into this grocery store. It's a co-op organic raw food store, guns drawn. And we put this up on Survive and Thrive TV, and it's basically created a firestorm on the internet. People are really shocked that the police and the district attorney don't have anything better to do but to harass local cooperatives, you know, engaging in sharing food.
Right, yeah.
It's pretty shocking.
Our viewers are getting a chance to kind of see that video right now, and it is pretty shocking stuff. I mean, you're seeing the police here with their guns raised like they're about to, you know, raid some sort of drug house or something like that. You know, I've heard of fights over a lot of things in the past year. You know, we talk about immigration, healthcare, the war in Afghanistan, but tell me about this battle over organic foods that's brewing. I mean, why are people getting so fired up about this?
Well, what's happening in this country is big agricultural business, large corporations see these co-ops as a threat. They control a majority of the food that's produced in America, and they've hijacked the FDA and government regulatory agencies. If you think about it, these private individuals that go out and own a piece of a farm or own a cow and then share in that production of that is a threat to the market share of these corporations. They don't fit into the corporate model. Therefore, they must be destroyed, apparently.
And let's go back to that video that we were just talking about and we all got a chance to look at. Seems here that, you know, the police are using a little bit of excessive force, and that's a topic that we've covered pretty frequently here on RT. But tell me why it's necessary for the police to swarm in with guns for an assignment like this. And, you know, I also want to point out that this isn't the first time the LAPD have made headlines for doing something dramatic. I mean, why is that? Can you talk a little bit more about their reputation and why incidents like this seem to repeatedly happen?
Sure. I mean, what's involved here is more intimidation tactics by the police. That's what I believe. It wasn't necessary to go in here, guns drawn. I mean, this is a regulatory event. This isn't something where you need to be pointing guns at people. I spoke with the owner of Rawsome, and he was really shocked when he first saw this footage. In fact, a lot of people online are thinking this is a burglary or some other type of event. They don't even believe that It's an actual, you know, the situation that presented itself in the Los Angeles Times. And the owner of Rossum mentioned to me that in that store they have thermal laser guns that they use to take temperature gauges of the food. What happens if a worker there came out with one of their laser temperature guns when that police officer had his gun drawn like that? We're talking about a major incident. Right now, the police department, the district attorney, is having a major blowback just because of this video that's going viral on the internet. Right, I guess they're kind of lucky in a way that it didn't get to kind of a worse or more escalated situation there. Now, George, I got a chance to check out your website. It was pretty cool. Tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself. I know you kind of, quote-unquote, opted out of the traditional American lifestyle back in 2008. Why did you do that? And, you know, I've met a number of people like you who have done the same thing. Some call themselves preppers, others call themselves survivalists. When you see incidents like this one that happened in LA, does it reconfirm to you that you made the right choice to kind of abandon mainstream America? Well, mainstream America won't be able to continue to operate the way we're going. I mean, once again, the big corporations have control of the regulatory agencies, and they want people to fit in this corporate model where they can be regulated and controlled and taxed. And the biggest threat that the government and these big corporations have to them are people getting together locally to share food, share resources, and that's what I try to promote on Survive and Thrive TV. That's what's so shocking about what the kind of the crackdown on this type of behavior is. This type of behavior of sharing food and getting back to natural, unprocessed food needs to happen. Because, you know, I mean, as we're saying, I think that what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and unfortunately we're out of time right now, but it's very great, and you know, that you were able to get your hands on